Hey fellas, Rusty coming at you, and I'm going to be dyeing some knives. So I bought a bunch of these sky blue, and this is, I guess you'll say, the ones maybe I'm keeping. I got about 4 Sodbusters, but if you put them in red and then sand them, you can get this. And I want to do this trapper in red. This is out because I might burn it. So you get some burn going. And then I'm thinking about doing these in purple. So that's all I've done to this trapper is put it in purple. And that's what you get. Now I was lucky enough on the used market to get a lizard skin copperhead. So they're going to be green. And notice the burn on that has worn off. I'm thinking about dyeing this green and doing a burn. So that's a potential. Then I have these, and I'm thinking about dyeing these in what they call marigold. That might happen real quick. So let's get to it. Okay, so here's a before look. This is a natural kind of a jig. It's not the corn cob, more of a peach seed. We do have some brownness to the bone. Other than that, it's pretty clean. It's going to go into marigold. Now this one is called burnt oatmeal. It does have a crack, which doesn't seem to be, I gotta watch that. It doesn't look like it's all the way through. And I think that the yellow in there is actually marigold anyway. I got a burn on here because this would have been burnt oatmeal. But we're going to put it into some marigold and we'll see how they come out. Hey, for anyone wondering, I got a little bit of water, which I put the dye in, and then I put in some vinegar, just like a spoonful. After I get it going, I move it off of the burner so I can put my knives. They're not directly on the burner. And this is how they're looking when they're fresh out. I'm going to rinse them in some cool water, and I put them on a fan and let the fan blow all, just let them dry it out, get all that water out of there. So we'll see how they turn out after they've kind of continued to soak in that dye, which will be about tomorrow before we have an ultimate finished product. Hey, for anyone wondering, I got a little bit of water, which I put the dye in, and then I put in some vinegar, just like a spoonful. After I get it going, I move it off of the burner so I can put my knives. They're not directly on the burner. And this is how they're looking when they're fresh out. I'm going to rinse them in some cool water, and I put them on a fan and let the fan blow all, just let them dry it out, get all that water out of there. So we'll see how they turn out after they've kind of continued to soak in that dye, which will be about tomorrow before we have an ultimate finished product. Okay, we'll take a look at what we've got done so far. This is marigold. And let's see what one was done. So, my trapper was done once before, and this was my mini trapper. I just did this tonight. It went a synthetic purple, so you have to dye it quite a bit longer. And these two, the mini trapper and this one, got dyed in the same pot. So I'll be showing videos on these in the sunlight. So you might want to watch that one. These are staying as my sky blue Maybe not that one. I have to decide what to do that. That's got crandall jigging. It's going to be the same. Now, we're going to see if I can make this one look like these two. That's going to require a dip in some red, pretty dark red, and then we hit it with 8000 grit polishing paper to knock off the top of those crandall jigging. Okay, and we have been in there for about 3 minutes. So we'll go over here. I kind of like to flip-flop it around. It'll pull some of that dye off. And depending on if you have any bone, if your bone is cracked, don't run it under cold water till it's pretty cool. But I'm going to let it cool just a bit. I'm going to run it under cold water, set it on the fan, and then we'll take a look. Okay, and here's the finished product outside. I haven't done anything with my saddle horn. Like I said, I might torch it, give it a little burn. I might reburn this. This is a lizard skin. I did dye these marigold, and I'm going to do a video on each one of them. I think I dyed the mini trapper and the copper lock here, and also I'll shoot a short video on all of these. Some of them I've already have videos out on, like this mini trapper. You can see what I need to do yet is take some 8000 grit polishing paper, and I like to sand it horizontally here, and it will, some blue will come out of it if you just knock it off of those ridges. Those are the originals, and this might get dyed green, but golly, kind of pretty. Okay, all right guys, I'm gonna shoot little short videos on all these.